in 2015 when we just came to Shulagiri, so that there were lots of dreams, and I had a great discussion with Baiju regarding a kind of farm development and all. So only challenge I was facing the water. The first time itself we have tried couple of borewells, 2 3 borewells have failed. Then because like this all farming kind of things really require the water, but at the same time initially if you are not getting the water, it will be a big problem. And we both came from Kerala, so that we have seen a lot of we have seen abundance in water in Kerala for many kind of farming and other things. There are lots of flood irrigation is doing for paddy field, so that kind of luxury we were expecting when we started this project. Then I was thinking about the rainwater harvesting. The same concept, it was there in my mind when I was seeing Ividam Surgamanu Malayalam movie. So that kind of channelizing the harvesting and all the importance was knowing it. So we just started doing some pond in SF1 along with Latif, so that lots of water is coming in that area and that can be harvested. There was a small water catchment area we found, and we just digged and we made a big pond. But unfortunately 2 years we waited, there were no rains and it was completely empty. 2018 there was a heavy rain happen, and the pond was fully overloaded. So that happiness I was experienced. From that day itself I was just thinking every drop of water has to be harvested here, so that there will be no issues, so that whatever we want, how we want to make our farm in a better lush green, in more productivity, so that will be much possible. So we moved to this area where started with around 17 acres. So the same 2018 rain was affecting it here, and I was seeing some water sources. Even though after the rains over, I was seeing the water is flowing in the plot. Then again had a discussion with Latif, and we thought to make some more ponds. I had a discussion with Latif, Baiju. We were actually thinking how better we can utilize this water. Then based on the catchment area, we made one pond, and we were seeing that water was flowing from that pond to other area. So again we made one more pond. So I'm just seeing that that 2 ponds are filled with water, even though there is no much rain as well. Then one of the other thing, the ender we started from 17 acres, then added 10 acres, 20 acres, like that it is reached around 120 acres, and more than 60 people are constructing, and lot many people are living here. But we haven't ever faced any water issues here because of the first borewell what we made. Along with the borewell, other borewell also we did, but we were able to use it, the first borewell which we have used in that beginning. So then again it's a kind of appreciation from the nature, where we just harvested the water. It is directly reflected, and we just continued the same thing. Then 2020, when we extended one area in the other side of this farm, I was experiencing the other scenario. We were seeing lots of drought area and there were no much water, but the other area I was seeing that the water was flowing through the plot, and I was not able to do kind of plantation. How exactly it's like a paddy field in Kerala. Then again the reverse things happen here. We were facing lots of water scarcity, not water scarcity, the drought and the dryness, and seeing lot many borewells are going more than 600 feet, 800 feet. Then I was seeing one kind of water is flowing the entire area. Then was thinking that the custodian farmer was asking me about one Mr. Vivek, what we do, Shihab, I'm ready for everything. The confident word that guy given to me inspired a lot to do on that. And again I want to kind of utilize every drop of that water effectively. I could have just filled the soil and raise it, and the same area can be utilized for the farming instead of just using, because in Kerala one of the major problem what we are experiencing is the flood. From 2018 onwards we have faced 2 major floods. So it's all because of some of the things what we have done against nature. One is that most of the paddy field people will raise it, people will kind of fill the soil, then they will construct on top of it. So it is kind of blocking the natural flow, and many of the water just flowing to the sea. So that experience, that kind of bad experience we had from Kerala, so I'm sure that that is majorly getting affected the entire Kerala. So we thought not to use any kind of land filling. I had a couple of discussion with Baiju. Then I faced, I have even the same way, should not a burden for the client or the customer. Uh, it should not be a overburden for them to kind of retain the water or manage the land for cultivation. So I realized some techniques where we can effectively utilize. Then we have just roamed around here and there. I have seen lots of granite waste. It is again we have an abandoned granite quarry. That granite stones were kept in one area. It is just as a kind of waste debris. So then had a discussion with Baiju how we can utilize it. Then as from Baiju's side, he said like we don't need to charge for the client or custodian farmer for the stones. Let them take it whatever they want. Then I thought to make some channels in the entire property. So one Mr. Nazim, Yasir, Vibash, Sushma and Vivek. The entire plot is around 1.5 acres, and we thought to make a channels based on the water flow. So one side we stacked all the waste stones, and there were only costing for JCB and tractor, but we got a very good water channel. It's an height of 6 feet. Then we stacked the stones in one side. The other side again I don't want to put a heavy burden for the custodian farmer, so that we thought to make a geotextile. It was again inspired from Kerala. Many of channels, canals, people are using the landslide and other soil erosion. People are using the cocoa geotextile sheets. It's a eco-friendly sheets, and we can grow many things in the geotextile side. So that we just started using geotextile one side, and again we thought to use many plants in that geotextile, so that water can be managed very well. And we made small check dams where the water is kind of storing and flowing. So just in 1 month's time, it is completely converted a beautiful stream in the entire property. So the beauty of that, in this kind of dry land, we are just able to make a kind of stream which is having abundance water, and it is added the part of the landscape. So one side we made a kind of beautiful forest, one side we kept some area for the Miyawaki forest, and the person can even construct the house as well. So now I'm seeing that, I'm witnessing that the water is flowing the entire property, and there are couple of ponds, and I'm seeing lots of birds are coming, started drinking the water. That is the kind of happiness for harvesting the water. And that I'm very much sure. And one more thing, in just top of this property, we made a small open well. There around 2-3 meters of water is storing. The excess water comes to this channel, and that another step of this water is flowing into a small pond. Like that we made 2 ponds and the other channels. So any of the rain, whenever the heavy rains happens also, there will be no kind of flooded into the property, so that we can do the cultivation. This both the channels, it's not kind of wasting the land as well. The 2 sides of the channels we are planning some kind of cultivation like passion fruit growing on top of it, and also we can think about keeping some solar panel, so that can be used as the energy for the household purpose as well. So here the ultimate goal is that to harvest each and every drop of the water. Maybe in future we may have to use this water from your level, right? In entire SF, in the entire Shulagiri, I have seen many open wells are completely drained, and I'm not seeing any open wells here, and it's very hard to get the water even though if you are going more than 600 feet. So most of the borewell it's crossing more than 1000 feet, so that this kind of harvesting rainwater here, it is very important. That's why we are just focusing on it. Thank you.